everyone, and welcome back. Storm here.
Kimmy here.
Mom here.
Can I just say Frozen? So we're going to be watching a movie that's been highly requested. It just won our polls on Patreon, or won our poll, I should say, not polls. But it's been a close runner-up, and it's been highly requested. But this movie is called The Impossible.
Oh, boy.
And you guys were saying that you have no idea what it's about.
No idea.
No?
Mm-hmm.
Just something's impossible.
Yes. You can kind of see the thumbnail. We have Naomi Watts. I don't know if we've seen her on the channel. Nothing comes to mind. I'm sure we might have, but you might recognize her once you see an up-close shot of her, but she's in this. Ewan McGregor's in this. We know him from Star Wars. He played Obi-Wan, younger Obi-Wan.
Okay, yes, okay.
And he does a lot of other roles as well. I love Ewan McGregor so much. He's a great actor for one thing, but he's so cute. I love him. And I forgot that Tom Holland is in this. And Tom Holland is Spider-Man. Yeah, the newer Spider-Man in the MCU. So this came out in 2012. So he's really young in this.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We know him as, of course, a young person, but he's like a little kid in this one.
Oh, is he?
My goodness, wow.
Okay.
Usually I try not to tell you guys anything if you have no idea, but with this I feel like I should, because it's actually based on a true story. And the director actually worked really close with the actual person involved in this. It's about a tsunami that actually hit 14 different countries around like India, Indonesia, Thailand, a bunch of places. And it actually killed 230,000 people. Insane. And maybe even more, because I can't even imagine that much destruction. This traveled so far, covered so much area, you know. So anyways, we're going to actually follow a person that was there. I mean, of course, actors, not the actual people, but they're going to actually, portraying those people. It's based on true events about a tsunami.
All right.
So I'll just say that. And a lot of you guys know a lot of things that we do watch. I just let you guys go in blind. But when it comes to true events, especially if I know that, a lot of times I'm blind too, where I'm just learning for the first time. But I think it's important to know that it's based off true events.
Okay.
So we'll go from there. Okay?
All right.
Yes, let's do it.
Christmas Eve, Thailand.
Thailand, yeah.
Gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
Oh, it's so pretty, yeah.
Woohoo! Go, Spidey, go!
The kids.
Oh my God, they had no notice.
Oh. Whoa!
God, they had no notice.
Oh, warning. Oh my God. Oh. No, my God. Oh my God, jeez.
Holy crap, more!
God, yeah.
Oh,
Another wave.
Yep.
oh, deeper, baby, deeper. Like you never did before.
Oh my God.
Go under.
The debris.
Oh my God.
Never do that to me again, Mom.
Wow, the devastation.
Oh my God.
Can't even recognize anything.
No, I can't.
Oh, look at that. Ow!
Oh my God. Whoa.
Not only that, but all the bacteria in the water.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's right. Definitely. Everything.
Oh,
Oh
okay?
boy.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, that's true.
Wow.
wow. Just to become like superhuman. You want to save your
My
mom.
God, yeah. Oh my
Oh,
God.
you got it.
Oh.
Oh, look at that touch. Oh, that's so cute.
Your life's important. You saved him.
It's like, oh, this is touch.
Mom, look. Look, they're coming
Oh,
for us.
wow.
Hey!
Oh, Oh, they're gonna drag
Oh my
this.
God, look at that driver.
Yeah, I get too.
Be careful.
Oh, the boat.
Right.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Where's the other little boy?
Yeah, where is it? Yeah.
Daniel has to go.
I don't know.
Oh no, Daniel.
They can come back, maybe. Oh, there's just too many people. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those.
Oh, what was it?
Oh, wow.
Go now, people. You're good at it.
Not going anywhere.
I promise. Okay.
I'd be so afraid to leave, though.
That's right.
Joseph.
I'll try and help you.
Oh, wow.
Morton Benstrom? No! No, you have to stay here. You have to stay here. Okay.
Yeah, he's really dramatic. Oh. Oh.
Aw.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's falling over. Careful.
God,
Where is she?
where's his mother? Oh, no.
Where's my mom?
Oh, no. No, that's why. Is that his father? Yep, it is his father. Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that.
Wow. Oh. Oh,
You'd barely be able to see anyone down there.
yeah.
They're sending trucks to drive us all up to the mountains. Just hang on tight, all right? They'll be here soon. Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good.
Good boy.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
it's a miracle.
Oh,
That
wow,
is a
good.
miracle.
It's a miracle.
I have to keep looking for them, you see. You have to look after Simon. And I'm going to be with you just as soon as I can, okay?
Oh, boy.
Okay. Will you look out for my boys for me, please?
Come with us.
I'll be with you tomorrow, I promise.
Oh, yes.
That is so scary, too. Just to
It
let your
is,
kids
that's
go.
very
Just
scary.
on faith,
Yeah.
trust.
Have you called home yet? I can't find the phone. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice
very
of
quick, I
him.
promise.
Oh, that's so good of him. Oh,
Did you hear from anyone yet?
No, Eddie, you're the first to call. Is everybody all right?
so they haven't called yet.
The water came and swept everyone away.
Oh.
And I found
oh my God.
Thomas and Simon. Lots of people need to use this phone, okay?
Oh.
Toilet. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, it's so nice.
That was so nice.
Oh,
Look, husband, can you come with me?
ooh, maybe his mother's alive.
Mom.
Oh,
Oh,
Where the hell were you?
wow, my
You promised me
goodness.
you weren't going anywhere. I thought you were dead, Mum.
But she's not. Both like, God.
She lost a lot of blood. She was too weak to have her leg operated on.
You should be okay, right?
My
Hear
leg,
her breathing.
maybe your leg too.
Oh.
Mm,
oh, it's devastating.
oh, jeez. Oh,
Where are my
Where's
kids?
the kids?
They're taking them away.
Where?
I don't know.
I don't know. You just
oh my God.
Oh,
Oh, gee.
oh
It's a boy. Oh, that's good. Oh. Okay.
oh
My goodness, they found his father.
I know, guys. She doesn't look good.
Hmm.
Oh, I hope he meets up with Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the shade was
Right there,
over.
yeah. Oh,
Oh, look look how close.
There's right
Oh,
there.
so my gosh, right there, my God.
You see
He
them.
spots him. He sees his father.
Hurry up before he gets in the truck.
Oh my gosh.
He has to go.
Oh, he's gonna go pee so bad.
Yeah.
Can you hold it?
He's got to pee.
Don't jump off.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's just missing those two.
It's like all so close.
Oh, come on, come on. Oh, you're... oh my God. No.
Oh.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Your dad.
He's not the only one that heard the yell.
Wow. Oh wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Oh wow.
Holy cow.
Look who's here.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
she gets to see the
geez,
boys.
oh.
Oh my God.
It's just amazing they all found each other, you know?
Oh, wow, that is really amazing.
I mean, what are the odds?
Look at all the blood all over the floor and the dirt.
I'm afraid to go to sleep.
Think of something nice.
It's like an underwater tornado. Oh my God.
Yeah. Jeez.
Holy crap, look at that. Oh, and she got tangled. Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So she's reliving this all through being
Yeah,
under.
she is. Yep.
We're going home.
Oh,
Wow,
good.
that's like,
Oh,
this is great. We can wake me up like that anytime.
I'm so happy for them, but
yeah.
they get to leave there. Like, a lot of people can't leave there.
Yeah,
You know, that's their
right.
home.
For
Families
sure.
They're very lucky in many
Yeah.
ways.
Cry all you want.
Yeah.
That's right. Wow.
Oh, God.
Big current. So calm now, huh? The impossible, that's for
Oh,
sure.
wow, that's sure. That was really
What
impossible.
What
a
happened?
movie!
Whoa.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
God, that was really.
Oh, look at the actual
Oh.
family. This film is based
Oh.
upon the true story of Maria.
Oh my goodness. God bless him.
Oh.
Mm.
What a story!
Wow,
Very
that was.
They are so lucky. I mean, it was
Oh,
horrible
wow.
for them, but how lucky is that to find your
Yeah.
whole family again?
Yes.
That is
That's for
absolutely.
sure.
Got
that
great
is.
acting too. Tom Holland, I mean, Ewan
yes.
McGregor.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, like they were all so good.
Oh my God.
Naomi Watts, like they're all so good. And
So-
but like Tom
my
Holland, just because we watch Marvel and we know him
Yeah.
as Spider-Man, I
Yeah.
just seen him as a little kid. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And he's such a great actor. He's
Yeah,
so
isn't
good
he?
too.
Because he's so good. Yeah.
That
Oh my
was
God,
crazy.
we're crying so much
Oh
during
my
this.
goodness, it was-
Especially knowing this is based on a true story,
story,
and it's
that's
very
right.
accurate apparently, because Maria that they interviewed actually applauded the director because he actually spot on, you know, went detail for detail of what she explained and
Right,
what happened
that's
with her
good.
family. And holy
Wow.
crap, she joked and said the only thing was the ball was yellow, not red. So I was laughing. I was like, oh, well, you know what? Because I know it's just totally a joke, but I'm like, well, probably because the way the color scheme was, they wanted it to stand out more, because we didn't see a whole lot of reds in
yes,
this
I noticed,
besides,
yeah.
you know, the gore and stuff. But
Oh, wow.
I thought the yellow would wash it out more. But she said she applauded it. She thought it was really amazing.
right.
But
Oh, that's impressive.
this
Wow.
actually happened in December
Imagine
2004, right after Christmas. And holy crap, so 230,000 people died. 14 countries were
I
affected.
remember
There was a
that,
big
yeah.
earthquake off the coast of Indonesia. Oh my freaking God.
my
Like,
gosh,
you never
yeah.
think of that. I mean, people that live in that area might now and again, because I don't know how many tsunamis they get, but this is a big one. I don't know if it's the biggest one. I think they said in the beginning it was like the most devastating one. I wonder how many miles inward this went in certain locations, like closest to the earthquake.
Yeah.
Because that
I
looked
cannot
far.
believe
Yeah.
that they survived it.
I couldn't believe it.
Especially
They found each other, yes.
Thomas and Simon.
Oh my
I can't
gosh.
believe.
And again, you guys were completely blind to this. You didn't have any clue until I started explaining a few things in the beginning. I saw most of this, but there were a few things that I did miss. But the emotions, just thinking about this happened, and this still happens with tsunamis, but not even, you're not prepared. And these guys are on vacation. So
That's
they're
right.
on
They
this
had no
beautiful
warning.
beach.
Yeah.
And
no
the
one.
guy was even saying, like, oh, we've been open for a week. So I knew
right,
about the
right.
impending doom. So I'm like, oh my God, they just opened. Like, their livelihood,
God, yeah.
everything there is destroyed. You're not coming back from that. And places are still affected by it. You know,
Oh,
like,
sure,
look at all the
definitely.
destruction.
Imagine. Yes.
Look at it. Wow.
I know you guys were crying
Oh my
so much
God.
during this.
It was like that.
The emotions, the acting, I applaud everything about this. The direction,
Yes,
like, the directing was
that's
great.
right.
The acting was beautiful.
That's right.
And you felt everything they felt.
The scenes
The
were
scenes.
yes.
And Lucas going into
Shot.
the hospital, getting people's names for their families and stuff like that, and then calling to them and everything. That was really something else.
I love that too, because
Oh
with
my
all this
God.
tragedy and death all around you, and everything seems so hopeless, so just to have that flame of hope and trying to help others is just so
right.
moving.
Yes.
And I love how he
Yeah,
did
when
that
he goes
too.
back and she's gone.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Automatically
How
assumed
bad, and he
she's
wanted to
gone.
stay.
Really, wow.
And they mixed up her paperwork. I mean,
That's
it's so
right.
chaotic there. How can you keep track?
is,
And the
and
name
yes,
was
it
very
is.
similar. I mean,
Yes.
Muriel,
They
Maria.
felt horrible.
That's right.
Yeah, and they felt absolutely horrible. But I am amazed on how much they can keep track of people with all the chaos, and people are running back and forth, and they're trying to stop people from entering the hospital, and they're still getting around it, trying to save as many as they can. Even the locals there, everything was emotional, because even them trying
right,
to help
definitely.
strangers,
Yes, they're
just
trying,
trying
yes.
their best to help and risking their own lives. 'Cause
And
you
they
don't
really
know.
just pushed him inside that ER just for her.
Yeah, and
That
the
was
passion
so
there, you were so
sweet.
right.
That's
Like,
right, that's
that
right.
got me too. And the language barrier
Everything.
everywhere they went, like, people weren't
That's right.
communicating properly, but the common just gestures and stuff and emotions, like, people were getting, like, okay, smiling and nodding, and they were getting what each other was trying to say, but just chaotic and lovely at the same time, where you're trying to find your loved ones, but you can't communicate properly. There's so many
Right,
people from
even
different
right
locations
down
here.
to Daniel and Maria, him
That's
touching
right.
her and patting her on her
That's
head.
right, yes.
How gentle was
Yeah.
that? And her telling her son, like, we have to do this. If this is the last thing we do, there's so much destruction. No one knows what's going to happen. Are you going to get
That's
through
right.
this? Is there going to be another wave? You know, like, any kind of humane
my
thing you can
gosh,
do
yeah.
at this point, just to try to save people. And I'm so happy that Daniel was able to reunite with his loved one, father,
That's right,
brother,
my
his
God.
father,
Oh, it's
uncle,
really
yeah.
something else,
So I'm
yeah.
so happy about that. And
Yeah.
Lucas realized that, yes, this was really good that I did this. And he was helping all those others, like you said, Mom. That was wonderful.
That's
and I'm
right.
glad that at least one, you know, was able to find,
Connected.
connect again
Oh my
through
gosh,
him,
yeah.
because of all the names he had. I like how they showed that, because what are the odds,
Yeah.
especially with their family being so lucky finding each other again and actually surviving.
Wow.
And I was like, if he actually finds all these other people in the same hospital, that's like too much. But I'm
Wow.
glad he was able to find one and
Yeah.
complete part of his mission, to be like, this was worth it, and I was able to
That's
help
right.
somebody. It's not
Definitely.
completely lost. And then all the other families who lost everyone, and that one guy who helped out
that's
the
so
father,
hard.
and
yeah.
he lost his wife, his
Yeah.
infant or toddler, 2 years old, and they went to the beach.
Jeez.
And to see the
Wow.
kids'
Everybody.
faces when they were in the bus, when Thomas and Simon heard Lucas calling, you
That's
can
right.
just see their eyes saying, oh, I wish
They
that
were
was me."
great.
That's right.
And how they were
So-
yelling
oh,
with
that
such
was- yeah.
passion. Lucas! Like, so
God,
good.
yeah.
Like, so much in love. They wanted to see their brother and give him a hug.
And it was perfect because the dad heard it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, so that
Aw.
was great. And, like, how desperate they got, because they were just so happy to see each other. They were hugging each other, like, you know, because I know siblings when they're younger, they could be like, oh, yeah, we're just immature and goofy and whatnot. But this was, like, a desperate situation. They all thought, at least Lucas thought they were dead. Because he's older, and they were so innocent. Thank God they were unscathed pretty much. They were dirty, but it didn't look like they got any cuts or anything really, or any trauma.
Yes.
And they were so like, okay, Dad, all right, well, my foot was a little burned here. And again, they're younger, but Lucas grew up so fast. He's older,
Sure
but
did.
he went through so much more traumatic stuff
Oh,
that
right.
he quickly, bonded so hard with his mom, and they knew,
That's
okay,
right.
this is what we have to do to survive. So I love seeing that they can just get together and just hug each other and truly just
that's
love
right,
each other, and just so happy to see each other again. That was a wonderful reunion, and
a
how
lot different
perfect.
than the plane ride they were figuring.
I wonder, because again, it sounds like all these details happen, but how perfect was that? Where how scary is it for the dad to leave his two youngest kids alone with people he's trusting that he doesn't even know? There's disaster everywhere, chaos. You might not see your kids again. It might be a long time. Who knows? If information gets lost, they're young, they might get confused, and I don't know. So that was a huge risk, but I understand because there's so many dangers out there. I mean, look at him alone. He fell through all that debris, and he hurt himself again with a gash on his face. So anything could happen. So I'm just happy they all met up in the same area and were able to find each other.
It was a perfect title for the story.
Yes.
All the impossible
That was the
happened.
impossible.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she lived through that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, she could have had her leg cut off.
Yeah, I thought her leg was
At
going
the
to be
very
cut
best.
off at the end.
I thought it was going to be black. I thought he was hiding it.
Yeah,
He didn't say
that's
it.
what I thought.
He said it did look bad, though. So
Yeah, he did.
Maybe it
And she
started
said,
turning.
And even the nurses didn't dismiss him when he was calling out for his mom. They were very sweet to him, and
Yeah, they were.
they didn't just push him aside.
I noticed that too, because when you have all that
Very
craziness
sweet.
going on and you're trying to focus on as many people as you can, there's probably riots going on too, because people are climbing over each other trying to find their loved ones, I'm sure. I'm sure they're probably yelling at people saying, get out of here. No. But I'm so happy they had that where they're like, okay, and trying to talk to Lucas and the other kids and be like, okay, well, tell me about you. Where were you staying? How many people were you with? Can you call anybody? And I'm glad that they had the patience to do that.
Oh, yes, me too. Oh.
And Lucas was so brave because for him to sit there in this daycare with all these other kids, not knowing and trying to stay calm because he knows
almost
there's
like a
nothing
tent
he
for
can do.
orphans, really.
Yeah. And they thought the
Potential
mother was
orphan.
dead. So how crazy. If that really
my
happened,
gosh.
holy crap, to be that mature just to wait it out and not know. Even an adult scene, being somewhere else,
imagine,
not
yeah.
knowing where your loved one
Yeah.
just went and there's no information, there's no communication. That's freaking scary. And I think most people would really freak out. But he stayed calm. He freaked out for a bit, but
Good
then
for
he stayed
him.
calm and just waited.
I'd
And
be
we were-
curious to see what he's doing for a living now.
I know. Is he a doctor now?
helping
Maybe like his
someone, yeah.
mom? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey.
But that is, because they're real
Yeah.
people, so I am kind of curious. Maybe we should Google it after this and see.
Yeah.
But, oh my God, just the tidal wave coming in like that. And I know tsunamis, God forbid, I've never been involved in one or experienced one, but I know it's a huge rush of water. I don't know if it comes in like a huge wall or not like that, but maybe in this case, because the earthquake was so big and they were closer, that it just hit that hard. Ooh, but either way, when that current comes in, it's so strong, and
That's
the
the
feeling.
brunt of
That's
it.
right.
They were right at the beginning.
Yeah. And then a second wave on top of that, all
That's
the
right.
water is so high up, they're almost hitting power lines, and another wave comes through.
That's right.
It's what do you do? So I think that was smart to dive underwater again. And I mentioned something like a water tornado because you have all this debris that's just
Swirling
moving around
around.
you so fast that everything is a weapon and it's just going to tear your flesh apart. How horrifying is that?
And it did.
Actually
really
feel
Yes,
it.
it did.
Great job of really making you feel it too. Even the sounds of just drowning. You just hear the water
Yes.
rushing
Uh-huh,
around
yeah.
you and trying to breathe. And then you hear all the cutting and the things
I
impaling
remember.
her.
I remember that, the tsunami in 2004. I think that was the one, too, from Thailand. And I remember
Yeah.
seeing that they showed videos of it and things.
I
It
remember
was just
too, but I
like what
can't
they
believe
showed.
it happened that long ago.
Yeah, I didn't think it was, but it must have been that one.
Yeah, and it was 14 countries. Thailand was hit hard. I think
Yeah,
India,
that's
Indonesia, a lot of places. And but Thailand in this case, because they interviewed that family, insane. How many
Yeah,
lives were
wow.
destroyed because of this? Livelihoods, lives.
Oh.
And we mentioned at the end of this, I'm so happy the main family we're following survived and were able to leave. But all the people that live there locally, like their lives are destroyed. Like they have to rebuild. That's going to take forever. Like those places are
Right.
still rebuilding.
Oh,
How would
sure.
say nothing looks the same? Like you don't even know where you are. There's debris everywhere.
everything, yeah.
Danger
And it's a
everywhere.
tourist spot, so
Yeah.
it's a big revenue.
Yeah.
That was actually interesting to see where you have all these different cultures mixed in. And I love seeing everyone helping each other. People are getting
That's how it
upset,
should be, yeah.
screaming, of course, understandably so. Like, holy crap, your loved ones, no
Yeah.
one knows where others are. And just, oh God, I can't even fathom that.
Just
But I
one
love
couple
that.
wouldn't let them share their cell phone.
Yeah.
And they
That's not
kind
bad.
of
I
established
that.
them where they were,
They
you know,
had
above
their
it all
clothes, they
and
had,
cocky and
you know,
shallow.
they had their tropical shirts on. They probably didn't see as much. Like,
Yeah.
that's how
And I can understand wanting to save your battery because if you want to talk to a loved one desperately, I get that. But they kind of showed this family, or at least his friends or whoever were together, didn't really care. And he's like, yeah, I know, you know, just talking like
Yeah,
he
so,
talked to this
yeah.
guy a million times already, or someone he didn't really care much about or something. Like it just seemed more
Yeah, it's-
generic
yeah,
where than when he asked for the phone. He's like, oh no, I need to save my battery. Like it was so
Mm-hmm.
shallow. So to see this compassionate person who lost his family and said he saw the
Yes.
note left by his wife at the beach and and then the tsunami hit and they flooded
That's
everything.
right,
Like,
like
and for
that.
him to give up his phone and he's
right.
like, just use it and call him back so that way you
That's
can't
right,
leave it
Micah,
on that
that's right.
note.
Yeah.
How emotional.
good
I
thing.
love
Yeah,
this
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it made
I
that
love how
very
they
good.
captured
Wow.
everything. Really makes you
Yeah.
feel about what
Oh,
happened.
Wow.
Mhm.
Sure
Wow.
does.
Very good.
Very
Excellent.
Good, very good.
hmm
Oh,
Extraordinary.
God bless
It's
that
dreadful
family.
all the
Not
way
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
It's so dreadful. It's so
Oh.
beautiful in the beginning and peaceful. And oh God, they're on vacation. Look at this gorgeous location. No idea.
sure.
And the whole time I'm thinking of them like by the pool, like you guys have no idea what's going to happen. How would you know?
Mhm.
And how quick
And-
it happens.
Right. And also,
yeah.
they were supposed to get the third story
hmm
That's
room, and they
Good
wound up
point.
getting this beautiful spot, but they
Yeah.
would have gotten it anyway because they would have gotten hit anyway because they were all downstairs,
hmm
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, by the
So,
pool.
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
How lucky is that the kids grabbed trees and didn't get hit by debris? Really, it looked
Right.
like. How lucky.
Gosh, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter what time of year, but right after Christmas, it's like you're with your family, you're happy, it's innocent, and you're not thinking anything like that.
That's gonna happen.
Holy crap. So when I first saw this, or most of it, I thought the father and the two younger boys died.
Yeah.
And
So I did
I
too,
was
yeah.
crying when I
Yeah.
saw
think that
them.
there was going to be a.
I was in
gosh.
denial. I was like,
All
oh,
of
those
them
poor boys.
survived.
Once I saw the father, I'm like, oh my God, he survived. How wonderful did he survive? Like, that's great. And then hearing the kids, I love how that was displayed for us to
Wow.
see, where he's laying there, he's talking to someone else, and then can you let them know? Who's them? Like, we know who them are, but I'm like, who
Yeah.
is them? And for
Yeah.
them to start talking before you even see them, the build up to that was just perfect.
Wow, yeah.
And I really thought the mom was
Yeah.
going to die, so
I
I'm
thought
happy.
so too.
Well, thank goodness.
Mhm.
Wow.
What a treat.
Oh, it's
So you
really
guys like the
something.
movie?
Oh,
Definitely.
yes,
Definitely.
Mhm.
Wow.
So sad it happened. I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have.
My God.
They talk about tsunami warnings now. I'm sure
Yes,
that's.
they have to. Yeah.
I wonder how fast they
Yeah.
happen, like how
Yeah, right?
soon they can tell you, because I think you only have a few minutes, but
Yeah, I
thank
was
God
gonna
they
say it's
have
only
the
a few
warning,
minutes.
because even
Yeah.
a few minutes can save your life, whether you climb a high tree or do something, and showing the impact of people just not even knowing, like it happens so
No, it
quickly,
just-
and that woman, when the mother went under to get surgery, and she's having this flashback of all the events that happened to her, and you see the tidal wave come in the first time, and that one woman looking over like this and gets smacked. It's like a brick
Yeah.
wall hitting you, and then that's it. Like, holy freaking crap. And all the dead bodies everywhere. Surreal.
That's right.
What a
Oh, gosh,
nightmare to
yeah,
go
yeah.
through.
It was really eerie to see the birds just.
Oh,
fly
yeah, they know.
faster.
Like,
And
what do you
yeah.
think when you start seeing all this the rumbling? Oh, is that an
That's
earthquake?
right. They
And-
can sense things. Animals can
oh,
sense things.
man.
I tell you.
Okay, so I don't know how fast that tsunami hit that coastline, but that shaking, I'm sure, It's a rhetorical question, but I'm sure it was the tsunami coming in. It wasn't the initial earthquake, because that was many miles off near Indonesia, even though that is still close. Like, it takes a few minutes for it to hit. It's moving very freaking fast, though. So I'm like, is that the earthquake? I'm like, no, that's the rumble of the rushing water. Rushing water is so strong that to fight it, even like in normal storms in certain areas where it's normal, they say don't drive through water. Floodwater. Don't drive through that, because there's a good chance you're not going to make it through. And people just don't think that way. No matter how many times you warn people, they have a big truck, I'll make it through, it's fine.
They don't make it through usually. So
and they don't, because water is so strong. So when you have a tsunami with that kind of current coming through, you're done. So to be able to struggle, and the emotions with that too, with the mom trying to find her son, and they're screaming to each other in the beginning, trying to reach each other, being so desperate, and it's just so amazing to see that. Oh God, it just pulls at your heartstrings so much. You just want them to connect, and then when they finally get to hug, and even before that, the mom's like freaking drowning, like her face is in the water, she's floating. I'm like, oh, she's freaking dead the first time. Like, that's insane. Oh, so I'm just so happy that that family survived, but everybody else,
unbelievable.
And all the different hospitals and people working around the clock. It's different with the pandemic, but I can't even imagine what all of them are going through on the front lines.
They're not
and they have to put rules in place, but this within the same day or so, like how much time has gone by before they found each other again? You know, so they had to get all the people in that can help, and all the locals helping, and people on vacation, just everyone helping each other.
Yeah, it's good.
I thought that was so great. So I can just keep repeating myself there, but it's just so amazing. And I think I was crying all the way through for the most part. And even just like the pain, just, you know, the mom trying to be very strong for her son, and Lucas stepping up and being like, here, let me help you, let me lift you up, and being mature and not freaking out when she was screaming in pain and thinking she died so many times and trying to handle it, and seeing his mom injured like that. I can't look at you. And
that was a huge gouge.
And her leg and her boob. If you saw like her boob here, it was completely open. So I'm like grabbing myself, but like it was completely open. And I'm like, oh my God, and just showing you the gore there and the leg and how deep that was. And for her to keep going, and thank God she's a doctor. Like, yes, like you would think to, oh God, can you imagine folding up your own flesh to put it back and then tying it up and then trying to be strong in front of your son? And I love how Lucas said we were there for each other. Like, that was so perfect.
Yes.
How mature was that? Because it was true. They were there for each other, and she was suffering trying to act good in front of him, but she was so hurt that she couldn't. You know, she really did a good job trying. And he knew that. So once he's like, I can't see you like this, and then it was still hard, but he started to really get it together. And he's like, this is a completely odd situation. It's a devastating situation, and I gotta help my mom.
Yes.
You know, that's all he could think of.
Yeah. And also with Lucas and his mom, they rescued that little boy, and when they got him up in the tree and things, he kept patting him.
I love that moment too. That was so soft and wonderful, and I love that. And it seemed like he was speaking a different dialect. Like he wasn't speaking English, right? And he said Daniel, and even then I couldn't really understand that until Lucas said it.
I don't know if he was a Swede or
and then his father. I think that was his father. Looked like, you know, it sounded like he was speaking something else. It was in the background, but. Oh my God! So I am so happy they saved the boy, and she's so right. I would want to save people. With all the devastation, you don't know who's alive, and you're not going to find you would hope to find your loved ones right away. But this goes on for miles. Destruction as far as you can see. You guys barely survived it, the initial 2 waves, and anyone there I'd want to help. So
and I can see initially he just wants his mom. They just got through this huge ordeal.
Yeah, and you don't know if another wave's going to come through.
His 2 brothers, exactly, and he wants them. He wants her to be as safe as can be. And I'm really curious what you guys have to say. I'm going to read your comments, of course, and every tsunami could be different. I mean, I don't know if it's very similar where you just have wave after wave come in. If it's only 1 wave, maybe 2 waves, depending on how big the earthquake is, how close it is to the coastline. But you could probably have another wave if you have an aftershock way out in the ocean again, because usually it's just not one big earthquake. There's usually small aftershocks afterwards, maybe some big ones. So maybe there will be more. So when Lucas is like, we have to get up that tree because if another wave hits, we're done. You know, so that's really scary too. So people actually trying to help people on the land still, like, and risking that.
you never know.
Jeez.
That's
You
how I
don't.
take it. So I'm curious if you guys I'm going to read up on tsunamis now just to see and understand more about it. But
Probably the proximity, and there's so many variables.
yeah, and you think of all these objects around you that are indestructible.
Oh.
At least I was thinking that. Like, you have these huge trees that, okay, climb a tree and you'll be okay. And some people were. But this mound, like this huge thing of
Like
water.
little toothpicks.
That's
Yeah,
right.
no problem. Mowed everything down. Holy crap. And even seeing the wall break when she was
Yes.
under for
Oh, God,
surgery
yeah,
and
yeah.
just seeing her go through all that debris and then hitting the wall and the wall cracking. It was
Yeah.
like a dream state, but this actually happened to her.
That's right.
What a nightmare to live through. When she's having
Right.
surgery, this is what she's reliving.
Yeah,
Like, how
that's
bad
right.
is that? Again, great acting. I love Ewan McGregor so
That's
much.
good.
Naomi Watts was amazing,
That's very
and Tom
good.
Holland. All the actors, everyone
Very
in this
good,
was
very
just
good.
top notch,
The little
amazing.
boys.
Thumbs up.
The little boys were perfect in this. I'm just shocked at how they met up. Like, how perfect.
Oh my
It
God.
just
I know,
seems so
after a couple
dire. Like,
times
there's
they
no
missed each
way.
other.
And all these other families, like,
That's right.
everyone's doing the same thing. So how can you find people when it's just that chaotic and there's a language barrier and just
Wow.
insane?
Everything, all odds against him.
So
Yeah.
beautiful movie, very tragic,
Yes.
but beautifully
Very,
done. It
yes.
really makes you feel about what
Very
happened.
emotional.
Insane. Absolutely insane. So thank you guys so much for requesting this. And
Oh, yes.
you guys can handle a lot,
Whoa.
but I was kind of worried about this one because anything that's real, like, really, of course, hits
Oh
you.
yeah,
And
showing
this-
the bodies
Yeah.
lined up.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like,
Wow.
it scares us anyways, and we really get compassionate when we see fictional stuff too, but fictional is like false, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, that's stupid, but when we see fictional stuff, like, we get emotional as well. But when we know that it's real, like, I kept
Yes.
telling myself, these are actual people that died,
That's
you know,
right.
and not that you try to label anyone, but I'm just thinking innocent families, like people who were just trying to make a living or be on vacation. Mother Nature, just hands down, insane.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Insane. No stopping it. But
That's right.
I applaud this movie.
Sure.
Thank you guys so much for requesting this. I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's hard for many during the pandemic, so I hope we can help you guys with our videos, because it really does help us as well. Because it's hard being quarantined and just working or whatever, you know, like not being able to see family or really get close to people. And I know a lot of people are getting close now because I have a lot of friends that are doing that too. But and it's not about me. I just care about everybody else, and I want to make sure that we don't spread the virus. So love you guys.
That's for sure.
Yes, be safe. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye guys.
Bye.